Hello, I am Dee, a dash of D. I have got my Faber-Castell pencils and some Prismacolor as well, and a little white gel pen and a black liner and an HB pencil, and I also like to have some little cotton buds. So if you want to colour something else that you want to colour alongside me, then that would be lovely. Tonight I'm going to do a little bit of colouring. I have a new colouring collection that will be being released hopefully soon. I haven't got any dates for it yet, but I thought I would show you one. I'll show you all of it later on, but I'm going to start off. I've got this girl here, which was the original artwork, and I've had her made into line artwork to colour in, and I think we'll just get started. This is the original, and I have in the colouring collection, this is an A5 size, and she is available in an A5 and an A4 as well, but this is the A6 because it's a bit easier to colour. So this is one I've been doodling on today, and this is the line art that we're going to work on tonight. So I'm just going to move that. I was getting notifications coming in. Right, so let's get started. So I'm going to just start off with the eye. I'm going to hopefully be able to get all of her clothes done tonight, and half of her face, and her little cuddly rabbit, and she's got a mouse on the top of her head as well. So I'm going to start off with green. Now I'm just going to use, I need to put my glasses on actually, so if you just bear with me so that I can read what my pencils are. Okay, so this is light green, and this is a Faber-Castell. Now I'm just going to use it. Look, can you see okay, everybody? Let me know that you can see if you are there. So I'm just going to use this green pencil to create the circle. So it's a bit light, you might not see much yet. And then another circle here. I like to leave this area clear so that you can create your own eyes. So I'm just going to stay very light and start to colour most of this eye in. And then I'm just going to leave a little space where it's going to be white. So please, oh, hello Anne, you can see fine. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you. I hope you're well. It's nice to have you stop by. Okay, so we're just doing light circular motions to colour most of that area, and then I've just left a little bit of white in the middle. And then I'm going to get a darker green. So I'm mixing it up with both Faber-Castell and Prismacolor tonight. This is a Vert Olive. And I'm then going to start just on the outside, creating a little bit of a darker colour, and I'm going to bring this right in to the centre as well, and I'll go over the top of it with black. Just darken it up, so just going down hard just to get that line a little bit more defined. And then I'm going to colour all of this, leaving a little bit lighter at the bottom. Gosh, it feels weird to be doing a live. I forgot what it was like. I forgot what the pressure was like. Right, I'm going to come in with my black and just go around this outline that's already there. So in the colouring collection, there's going to be some in a pale pink outline, and there's also going to be some in this grey outline, because I believe some of you prefer the darker outline. So I'm just going over the top of that green, and I'm going to just try and find where I want that little sparkle in her eye. So probably around about there. When you do it like that, you can start to, you don't really need to do the full circle that you would normally do for a pupil. It just starts to come in on its own. Is there anybody? Hello Heather, and hello Jan. Ah, you've been missing these. Oh, I've been missing doing them as well, Heather. I hope you're well. I hear you're having some lighting or heating done and you can't get to your pencils tonight, which is a shame. This is one of my favourite things to do. Oh, is it, Jan? What, colouring? You like colouring or you like watching the lives? You like having your pencils or crafting? Right, so I'm not going to spend too much time in that because I want to get as much as I can done with the rest of it. So we've started to get a little bit of a pupil there. We've got a bit of a sparkle that's starting to show. And I'm going to use the beige red just to start getting her skin tone again. This is really light, so you don't really see anything initially. And I do tend to rush a little bit on the lives and not do it as nice as what it could be done, but I'll try to do it as neat as I can. So finding that little area there next to her eye, and then start to find where you want a little white bag under there. So this is a nice base colour for her skin, and then you can start layering up over the top of it. Colouring, I love it. It's so relaxing. I find it relaxing too, John. Do you find that you lose hours? You sit down, you think, I'll do a little bit of colouring, and then the next thing you know, it's midnight. or the next thing you realise, the whole day's gone by and you've got a hungry family standing in the kitchen waiting for you to stop colouring so you can cook their tea. So I'm just going to do a little bit on the nose as well. Do a little circle there, and then the thing with pencils is it's not instant. It just takes a little while to build up, and you get a better finish if you do it nice and lots of light layers, and then you can start pressing down later on to burnish it and blend all the colours together. You've lost the whole of the afternoon, John. I did as well, doing my little practice run, but I enjoyed it. So I've gone a little bit darker now, and again I'm just doing this little bit around the eye. Now if you want, you can draw in a line over her eye, or you can just go in and do a little bit of eyeshadow here. Ah, thank you. I'm glad that you like this image, Jan. That's really nice to know. So I'm just going round the eye with this green for now. And I'll come back and do more on the eye. I'm going to go into our hair now. I've got all my pencils sharpened, so hopefully. This is burnt ochre. Now I'm going to start, so here's the centre of her head. So I'm going to have her hair go that direction for that side, and it'll go in that direction for that side, and then there'll be a bit in the middle where it's a bit straight. So I always find that if I can start to get these lines in initially, it helps to create that round effect on her head, and keeping it light as well, because you need to get lots of layers in to make her hair look full. And then the same from the bottom, just find that sort of middle point, and then the hair is going to go in that direction to make it look like it's sitting in the direction of her head. I hope that makes sense. And I kind of do this same sort of thing with the lips as well. And it's nice if you have an odd one coming down further, you're not having them all at the same length. And then following it round. And then from this bottom bit where our ponytail is, again having the lines sweeping up to meet these ones. So by doing that, you can have a little area that is light, so it looks like there's a bit of a shine on it, and if along here ends up looking like it has a little bit of a shine. So now that I've got those lines in, I'm just going to follow them and just have some lighter colour just going in the same direction so that we're filling up that space, so it's not going to have lots of white. And then I tend to have it darker at the top, getting lighter in the middle, and then darker again at the bottom, going up. So that's our first layer in. Please can I ask what type of paper you use? Yes, Anne, I use, let me get it out because I never remember. It's the Aquarella watercolour paper that I use. Oh, thank you, Melanie. It's lovely to be back. Let me just... That's me raking everywhere. I don't know if you've seen this paper before. Artistica. It's extra white, 100% cotton by Faber-Castell, and it's 300 GSM, and which is £140. And I use this the most now. I really like it. But I mean, anything that's like an extra smooth card so that you don't have lots of little bumps in it. If you were to use like a cold pressed paper, you'd have lots of bumps, and I don't really like it when there's lots of bumps in it, but some people do. So this is like a hot pressed, so it's smoother. You're welcome, Anne. Right, so we're getting some more layers down, and I'm going to bring in another colour. First of all, there's some little lines here with the line art that I just want to go over. These are her little straggly bits of hair that are still coming out at the bottom. And if you wanted to, you could add some more in there. I just do it so that we're right in the middle of our head. Maybe do a little bit under the mouth so that he stands out a little bit as well. What kind of pencils do you all use? Oh, John, you're asking me that now. What pencils do I prefer? I prefer my Faber-Castell, but I do like Prismacolor as well, and they do work really nicely together. But predominantly Faber-Castell Polychromos are my favourite. But this is a Prisma, this is Sable, and I'm just going to bring it in here. I just want to have a little bit lighter. So I'm just going to colour this area, and this will help with the shine at the end. Just leave a little bit white in the middle, and then I'm going to use Faber-Castell, the Van Dyke Brown, and go over where I've already been, just having it a little bit darker at the top. You're welcome, Jan. What pencils do you use? What ones are your favourite? The other thing I like to use as well is these little the ear cotton buds, and I like to go in over the top and start to soften it down into the page, and that gets rid of any little white areas as well, and it just softens it, blends all the colours together, and it works really nice when you've got lots of layers on there. So just soften that a little bit, and then go back over it again with a little bit more colour. So I'm going to have some little tones of orange in there as well. So this again is the Prisma, and I can't read it, sorry. Just every now and again I'm going to bring in a little bit of the orange, and that'll just warm up her hair. So you have Polychromos and you do like them. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I do really, really like. And everybody's got their own preferences, don't they? You just find something that works for you. Just a wee bit orange in her fringe as well. A little bit orange here. Oh, I haven't tried the Rembrandt ones. Are they good? I have to give them a try. So I've come back to my original, what one was it again? The burnt ochre. And then just start to fill that in a little bit. Now I'm going to leave her hair now. We're going to go into her clothes because I'm aware how quickly the hour passes. So yeah, there, we're nearly at 20 past already. I'll have to try them, Jan, if you are recommending them and if you like them. Right, I'm going to colour Rabbit first. So this Rabbit is similar to the Rabbit that my Lola had when she was really little, and she still has them sitting on her bed, but they were what inspired me. She's got two of them because we were so scared of her losing one. So I'm just going to go over the eyes with a brown, walnut brown, and then a little bit over his mouth. And then I'm going to use a pale pink to start colouring his eyes, his ears, sorry. So I tend to try and go around the outside and just leave a little bit in the middle that's white. And then have things darker at the top and when it's inside somewhere. So in here I'll put a shadow in there because her arm's there, and then it'll be darker here, then a little bit white to make it look like it's bending round, and then a little bit at the bottom. And then with a darker pink, I've got salmon pink, really sharp end, and I'm going to do some little stars like so. I have one here and one over here. And here. That'll be enough stars, I think. I'll go over them with a bit darker. As you start to build up the artwork, the things that you initially put down start to fade out a little bit, and then you can build them, well, I find, and then I build them back up again. And then with this same pink, a little bit darker up here. Has everybody been having a nice Sunday? Have you got good weather, or are you like me? I've had lots of rain, which has been such a shame. There hasn't been any sign of sunshine all week. Just darkening up some pink underneath the arm, and again darker here. And I'll continue to build that up. I'll put a little bit of orange in on top of the pink because I've got some orange in her hair, and I always find that putting orange on top of pink just makes it look more vibrant. Adds a little bit more interest and depth. Now I'm going to start doing her glove. So I'm going back to my normal pencil, and as you can see the outlines there. So I'm just going to go around that just to highlight that, and then I'm going to do the same again. So it's like a little curve coming around. So another one there, another one there, and another one there. And then with the grey, so the grey that I've got is a Faber-Castell, and it's a gold grey. And then what I do is I start at the outside, work my way in, keeping it nice and light, then having a little area that's white, and then again a little bit of grey here, and then this makes it look like there's a shine once you've got it. So miss one, do another one here, try and keep that line in the same place, and then another one here, and then build that up with black. But before that, I'm going in with a lighter grey. Oh, you've got rain, Melanie, throwing it down. Oh, it's just rubbish, isn't it? And Heather, you've got wind, but you've got your wash and dry. Well, that's always a bonus, isn't it? I'm going in here with a lighter grey, just doing the exact same area so that you start to see that little white area appear. And then, why have I lost my black? Oh, no, there it is. Does anybody else do that? I'm always losing my pencils even though I haven't moved. So if we do a little curl coming around here, I hope you can see okay. If I do a little curl, it just emphasises the fact that there's this bit of her arms round, and then the very outside bit, have it a little bit darker, and then again here, doing a little sweep coming in from the side, and then the same here. Right, so that just needs a few more layers, and I'll keep building that up as we work through. Just having it really, really dark there on the outside. And then with my grey, I'm gonna start creating a shadow in underneath her arm. Just keeping it as close to that line as possible. Are you in Paisley, Anne? And it's been cloudy and windy, but the sun is shining now. Oh, good. It's so nice when the sun gets out. So Paisley is, I don't know if you've heard of Stranraer, that's my hometown. That's quite close to Paisley. Then I've got a little shadow starting to come there. And if I just press down a little bit with the black and then this little bit here, then that just helps emphasise that shadow a little bit. Oh, thank you, Anne. It's nice to know that you're looking forward to it. So I'm going to go back to my pink so you can see that Rabbit's starting to fade out now. Wait, I'm not going to use pink. I'm going to use burnt sienna. And I'm just going to go in under his chin. And then just add a little bit. So it's a little bit darker there. And again, on the tip of his tail. I love the burnt sienna. I think I use it the most. I know you know a few people from Stranraer. Do you, Anne? I wonder if you know the same people that I know. It's such a small world, isn't it? I'm going up there in a couple of weeks' time, so I'm looking forward to that. Go up and see my mum. Right, so now I'm going to start going on to her clothes. Everything needs more layers, but you know what it's like trying to build it up. So I'm going to use the same colour that I did with her hair and start creating some little lines. So I'll start here where her buttons are and just do a line. And just do the same all the way along, and a wee bit there, and then the same at this side, and then a little bit just behind Rabbit's ear. And then I'm going to get a yellow, or a light yellow, cream, more of a cream. This one, Citron, Jaune Citron. And actually, no, I don't want that one. Because I'm wearing glasses, everything looks different. I don't always wear them. I want this one here, Sable. And so in between those lines, just very softly, I'm going to add some cream. So there's a little line that's still white at the end. Going in between the buttons. And I'll do it darker in here where Rabbit is so that it looks like there's a shadow eventually. And then back to the burnt sienna, and I'm going to darken up these lines. So darker in some bits and not in others, so that it looks a little bit staggered. And then I'm going to use red to do some little crosses on the buttons. I'll go over them again with some black in a minute. And back to the, I need to sharpen my pencil, sorry, it's noisy. I like them when they're sharp. So back to the burnt ochre, and then on the waistband here, I'm going to start making it a little bit darker. And I'm also going to do some little crosses now on this waistband. And we'll darken them up in a little minute as well. And then I'm just going to start putting a little bit of a base down onto her little pantaloons. I find that if you put a little bit of a base colour down first and do it nice and softly, then other colours will sit nicely on top of it, and then when you blend them all together, it's more vibrant. And also if you make a mistake, you can rub this base colour out. If you think, oh, I'm not sure if I want to go that way, just get your rubber. When it's still light, you don't really notice it. But it also lets you see where you want all your shadows, or where you want the colour to be. So it's quite a nice, like a tester, as well as a base for everything else to sit on. Right, what do I want now? I want some oil. First of all, before I go any further, I'm going to go back to my little cotton bud and start to push that in. And soften it. Right. I'm just needing to find my other there. Right, so this pencil is Sanguine. And actually, before I do that, I'm going to get a brown and just start to create some lines coming down here from the waistband. So just on that line, just little sweeps coming down, and then it looks like the trousers are pulled a little bit. And I'm going to do the same at the bottom. So it looks like they're elasticated. Doing the same as what I did with the hair, little curves going in each direction to make it look like it's round, and one in the middle that goes kind of straight. And then I'm going to use an orange and start to build up the layers. Just going over the top of that. You think you may know one or two in Stranraer. That's really funny, Anne. It'd be funny if we knew the same people. So just going over little circular motions, going over the top of those lines, and then again having an area that's going to be white in the middle and most of the colour going around the outside is how I like to do it. And everybody's got their own ways, haven't they? And then up underneath Robert's little tail. And then I've gone back to the sanguine again and start to go over just a little bit, and then coming around the outside in little circular motions. I hope you can see okay. I'm just going to get my little cotton bud again and start to press that together. Hopefully you can see when there's a few colours there how that works quite nice. I like doing it anyway. Moves the colour around a little bit and softens it in different areas and blends it in. I'll do the same at the other side with this colour. So as well as the new colouring collection coming out, I'm actually toying with doing some stamps as well. I'll show you at the end the images that I've had created. I just haven't had them sent off, but they will be being produced in the UK. Really good quality. But because I've been recovering from my operation, I haven't been pushing too much with things. I've been trying to take things easy to feel 100% better, and I must say I do feel a lot better already. So I'm hoping to start moving forward with things. So I'm going in here to make this a little bit darker. The other thing I was wondering about, and I don't know if anybody would be interested, was going back to doing the actual live workshops and have a workshop here in my hometown in Oundle. It's quite nice when everybody's together doing it, isn't it? But again, that's something I'm just considering. I'll let you know if I do decide, but if it's something that you fancy, please do let me know. Oh yes, Jan, I'm healing really well, thank you. And yes, Anne, I am looking after myself first. I'm listening to my body, is how they say it, isn't it? Really listening and doing what I need. If I need to sleep, I'll go and have a sleep. If I feel something's just pushing it too much, I just won't do it. Which is a nice thing to do for yourself, isn't it? I've learned in later years about looking after yourself instead of, you know, doing too much for other people and not for yourself. It just doesn't really get you anywhere, does it? But you've all been so lovely and kind during and after my operation. I have had so many people send me beautiful messages. It really was a big tonic for me. I felt very supported by a lot of people, which is again a really nice thing when you're healing. And I think you heal quicker as well when you feel supported. I'm just darkening up her glove and starting to burnish in there at this line just to get it so it starts to look shiny. Can you see it's starting to look shiny? And bring it down there. And because there's going to be a shadow here, make that a full dark line and bring that grey down as well. And underneath here. Right, so I'm going to now do her pocket. So I gave her a black heart the last time, but I think I'll do it red this time. So just finding that little line and doing it red. And there's some little dots here. I don't know if you can see them, little stitches, which I'm also going to do red. And then get the black. It's hard to not get my hand in the way. Would you be interested in a workshop, Anne? Oh, that's good to know. I'll start, if I start to hear of a few people, I'll definitely do that. Would you be willing to come to Oundle? Is that really far? And at some point I'll probably start venturing out of Oundle and go to other people's hometowns, I suppose. But it is really nice. I'm just going to do a little black stitch mark there. It's really nice to sit and do things like this with other people, I find. I used to do them at Hachanda. Melanie, you into that? I don't know if you're still there, Melanie. But you came to that one. I'm just going to bring in some orange now to go over the top and darken up her trousers again another little bit. Oh, that's lovely, Anne. I'll keep that in mind. You know, and it's really nice when there's people on Facebook Lives and you don't really get to see them, and also people leaving beautiful comments on my artwork. It's nice to actually meet people, isn't it? Oops. So I'm just going to do a few lines coming down here. And with my black, I'm going to go around Robert's tail. Gosh, look at the time. The time just flies, doesn't it? I want to get so much more done. So I want to get, where did I put my ruler? Right, so let's get her top. So I was just grabbing my ruler because at some point I want to do a little line along there. So I'm just going to do some little squiggles up here on the top of her top. Oh, hi Teresa. You enjoyed the Zoom ones? Yeah, they were really good all through the lockdowns, weren't they? I did enjoy them as well. I know you're really far away now, Teresa. You've moved further and further away. Oh, I'm pleased that you're finding it relaxing, Anne. The time is just flying by, isn't it? It's nice to have you with me. I'm just going in under her chin now with a grey, just keeping it light to create a shadow under there. And coming down the side of her neck a little bit, just faintly. I'll darken that up a little bit as we go along. Also a little bit on the top here, a little bit of a shadow coming off her top and in there. And then if I get the beige red, which I have to do more on her face, but I've done quite a lot of faces and I just thought it'd be nice if we could do some of her, concentrate more on the other elements, because I want to do a little bit of drawing as well, because in this colouring collection, there are some areas where you can add your own elements. You've got them, all the characters with all their leopards and sheep and all the different things, but then there's somewhere you can draw them yourself if you fancy it, or draw something else there instead, just to give you a bit of variety so you're not just stuck with one thing. And if I get my black, and then every now and again just do a little line, here, and then have it really dark directly under her chin, and then the same underneath this little ruffle, a little bit of a shadow. And then let's get a little bit on her arm. So again, the beige red, and I'll darken this up, and I kind of like to do it that it's at its darkest in at this line here, and then it's white either at the outside here or in the middle. I'm doing it on the outside this time. Try to get a layer in there. And then grey, and start to build up the shadow in here, and then again that starts to make her arm look like it's round. Darken it up a little bit in there, and I'll bring in a black. And if I get the black, I'm just going to draw a little cross here. And then make it darker in here. And darker down here where her hand is. Just let that fade out a little bit. I'm just going to darken up these little crosses as well a little bit, some of them. And then I want to draw her holding her heart, a little heart. So I'm just going to go back to my HB pencil. If you imagine, we're going to have a little bit of loose thread just hanging out here, just doing a little swirl like that. Then if you imagine that's going behind her hand, so just imagine there's an imaginary line here, and then we're going to do that. So it's like a bit like an S. And then if you imagine that thread's going round the back of her hand and coming back out here, and then we'll do the same again. And then the same coming down, and then we're going to have a little circle there, and it's latching on to her heart. She's carrying her heart on her sleeve, and it is keeping her feeling secure and safe, even though I'm doing it black. It can symbolise, well, if you know me, I use colours and metaphors to express emotion, and so even when things are black, it doesn't always mean that it's a negative thing. There, just burnishing it. So there, she's got her heart. I want to do some little lines on the bottoms of her little pantaloons as well. So again, I'm going to have them curling like so. And one here. And I wanted to, I've got to do the moon in her mouth. Well, what time is it? Oh gosh, it's nearly It's nearly 10 too, so I'm going to as well get my ruler. And with a normal pencil, just where her legs end, I'm just going to make sure that's straight. Just going to do a little line. And if you miss it, just bring her legs down to the line. And then I thought I would just doodle a few little flowers in. So we just get have a little line coming out here. And that's got some little leaves on it. Maybe make it a little bit longer. And then we'll have maybe a flower here. Just do a circle. And some little petals. So you can colour these images just as they are, or you can add your own elements into them. And then give it a little stem and a leaf. And then we'll maybe have another one here coming out like so, just with a little circle on it, and maybe just with a couple of little things coming out of it. I don't know what I would call them, but and maybe just do another little bushy type thing there. And we'll have maybe another one coming through here, like so, and then one coming up here, a bit taller, coming up. Just doodling, which again is really relaxing. And maybe have a little blade of grass or something going on there. And another one maybe here coming in. Just like so, there. And maybe just make that one that it's got a few more petals just to fill that space up a little bit. So there, that's them, they're ready to colour, but we'll come back to them. I'm going to come back and do more on her face. Do you want me to give her a heart on this cheek as well, or will I just leave it? I'm happy that you find it sweet, Jan. That's really, really kind of you. What colours am I looking for? Go back to the beigey colours. Hi Charmaine, how are you? Hope you're well. So I'm just going to add some more layers on her cheek and start getting some of her face done. We've got the wee mouth to do as well, haven't we? I'm going to, just while we're at it, put a little base layer on him with this beige red. So just a base there, and then again along the top, leaving a little white area in the middle to make him have a little bit of a shine. And again with his tail, white all the way down this side, and sometimes it's nice just to go in with a white pencil just to whiten out that area. And then if I get the black, I'm just going to sharpen. Sorry for the noise, but it's better when it's sharp, especially when you want to get this eye. And then a little bit of black on his nose with a little white bit at the end. Whoops, my hand's sticking to it. And with this black, while I'm here, I'm just going to add a little bit of a shadow underneath the mouth into her hair. I'll come back and do that, and then a little bit of black here under his ear. Oh, that's not the colour I wanted, pink. And then just start to build up him with some pink He is so happy having a little sleep on her head. Oh, you've got Robbie's birthday. Oh, hope you have a nice time, Charmaine. It's nice to have you pop in for a little while. Right, just coming down his tail again with the pink. And I also want to give a few little lines on his tail. Going in little curls so that it looks round again, like what we did with the glove. And give him a little bit of pink on his ear. And with the burnt sienna, a little bit. Actually, it'd probably be nicer with a burnt ochre. A little bit going around his eye at either side. And then I probably need to go over that again with a bit of black. And the mouse needs a lot more colour, but I'm going in with the burnt sienna to build up her hair a little bit more. Doing those lines that we did initially at the beginning and just keeping it darker at the top. We've achieved quite a lot actually. But it's nicer when you're not rushing it, isn't it? I have rushed it a bit. So those little curls coming up round the side of her head as well. And get a yellowy, nice yellow as well to try to shine up this area a little bit every now and again. Right, let's get some lips and her nose done. So I'm going to pink. And just going around the outside. Just trying to keep that wee bit white in the middle. I'm going to do a little circle there as well. Oh, thank you, Carol. Oh, hi, Sam. Oh, yeah, you can catch up later. You can catch up tomorrow. I think it'll stay in the group. I think it normally does, doesn't it? I'm just going to put some beige red on her lips and then just want to sharpen my pink. Sorry for the noise. But I want to just do some little lines in here. Doing the same as what we did with the hair. And then I'm actually doing, this is A6, this is a lot smaller than what I'm used to creating the art with. I usually do them either A5 or A4. But but this is a nice size for a nice small project, isn't it? I'm gonna thank you, Caroline. Yeah, go to the beginning and you can catch back up again. Nice to have you join me. So I'm just building up her cheek now with some pink. And I'm going to get my little cotton bud and start to soften that a little bit. and blend it together. Keep building it up, keeping it darker on the outside here on this line, and then softening it as it comes in closer. And then it gets white as it starts to fade down. And sometimes I like to do a little circle there and then just create some pink around there. And get some grey. A little bit of grey underneath her lip. Where has my grey gone? There it is. Just a little bit of grey here to create a little bit of a shadow. And I'm going to brighten up her lips a little bit still, making it so they're darker in here at where the line is, at both the top and the bottom, and you get some little white areas that are starting to show, give you a little bit of shine on her lips. And just with the HB pencil or with a micron pen, you can darken up in here. Just want to get, what do I want this one? Just want to darken up around her nose a little bit as well. So around the bottom and the outside, just making it a little bit darker to come in and meet this little white bit. Whoops. And with the black, just a bit of black just underneath there. Now I'm coming back up to her. Start jumping around. What time is it? Oh gosh, there's the hour up. Just want to put a little bit of a shadow in here as well under her hair. Where did that hour go, everybody? Darken this bit. And then with the black, some little lines in her hair. Oh, hi Caroline. Oh, thank you. It's maybe not as delicate as it should be. I've been a little bit heavy-handed. I'm trying to rush it so I can show as much as I can, but thank you. I'm just darkening up the edges and the tips of the fringe so you can get a little bit of a shadow going in underneath there. And I want to get a little bit in there. This bit needs to be darker. So using a little blending stump as well, as the cotton pads work nicely to soften everything out. Somebody knocking at my door. Hopefully Lola will hear it. And then bring in so hopefully you can see how you can build it up. It just takes lots of layers. going over where you've been. Just going to come in and do a little bit more in here. Getting there. I'll just quickly give her, so we didn't get a chance to do the moon. It has flown in on, we haven't done the moon, but we've got quite a lot done. You can colour that in black. I was going to just give her some eyelashes quickly, and then if you want I'll show you what the actual collection is going to be in the stamps. So they're just doing a long line there, and then another one coming down there maybe. We have this one coming up here. So once you're happy with the colours in your eyes, then that's when, with the black, you start to burnish it. Just press down hard and then you start to get that shine in the eye. Got quite a lot of white going on in there. But I think I've run out of time for the actual drawing. Do you want me to quickly show you the actual collection? Let me just grab it. So this is the prototype. Let me lift this up a little bit. Oops. This is always a joy to try to navigate. Pencils a bit. So these are the girls. This is just normal paper. This is just a prototype of how it's going to look before it goes to the actual printers. So let me move this. So we've got the girl with the swan, Elegance her name is, and we've got balance, and we've got compassion, we have perseverance with the leopard, and we have love with the little lamb, and we have peace, who lets her balloon go, letting it all go. Then we have strength, and then we have the girl that we've just done, contentment. So that's all the girls that are in there, and the pages I'll just run through. Let me just make space. At the beginning it just tells you about the Heartfelt girls. You then have a page that gives you all their stories. They all have a story behind them, and I won't bore you by reading all that at the minute, but if you buy the collection you've got that, which you can also cut out and use in your work. And then this is another page. Then you've got a page full of words that you can cut out. So we've got words like peace, safety, stronger than ever, trust in my inner strength, you're stronger than you know, look after yourself as well as others, perseverance, lots and lots of little nice sayings. Then there's also the eye practice sheet. So I've given some examples of eyes to colour. There's this, move up, there's a sleeping eye at the bottom. And then as you work your way along, you can practice creating your own and adding colours, just different step by steps. And then we have the A4 size of Contentment, the girl we've just coloured. So that's a nice big juicy one. Remember, this is just normal copier paper that I've printed them on just to show you. Then we have Elegance with her swan, which we did as a zoom actually. The light's not great, is it? I'm trying to move the light. you can see. Then you have A5 size, so if I turn it around, you've got one of Letting Go and Stronger Than Yesterday. And then again the A5 with Contentment and Elegance. I'm sorry about the light. We've also got the same size A5 for Perseverance and Balance. And same with Love, with her little lamb, and Compassion, where she usually creates the heart to go in. She's got Self-Compassion. And then you have the A5 size of the one that I've just done. So the one that I've just done is the A6, so you can see the size difference in that one. If you prefer working to the bigger scale, which like that's the A5 original, so you can see that it's the same size as that. And then there was Safety as well, with her little teddy bear, who I did during the lockdown, Keep Us All Safe, if you remember that one. And then you've got them all in A6s as well. So, and they're in the light pink, and then they've also got them in the grey, so I'm going to rush through that. There's also some little elements on their own. We've got a swan, we've got the teddy, we've got the rose, we've got the rabbit. There's 33 pages in total, so that should hopefully. These are the A5 sizes of Letting It Go with the Sleeping Eye, and Stronger Than Yesterday with her rose. We have a little girl in the garden with her ladybird, and the girl with the swan. So yeah, I keep going and keep going. I'm not going to show you them all because it's just, but there's Perseverance, she's a common one, and then Balance. So yeah, there's some there that are in the pale pink, dark pink, they're in various sizes, they're in various colours, they're in, some of them are in grey. We've got some where you can draw your own balloon and letting go and creating some of the lines yourself. Same with drawing the rose in her hand, giving her her hair, so you can make her hair whatever way you wish. So yeah, there's a lot of pages. There's still more. I won't continue that. I just wanted to quickly show you as well the stamp idea as well. So these are the 4 girls that I want to do as stamps. We've got Self-Compassion and Peace and oh gosh, I've forgotten her name, Freedom and Dignity. If you remember these girls from the past. This is just to let you see an idea of what the stamps would look like. I'm going to actually take it that the words are not on this. This will be separate A6 size with lots of words on it. And then the girls are mix and match. So you've got their heads and you've got different bodies to add to them. So you've got this body or freedom body. Yeah, you've got lots of choices and lots of different elements there. Little birds and flowers and butterflies and eyelashes and hair. So as stamps, I think they'll be quite nice. There you've got your eyelashes. But I'm thinking I'll take the words off this sheet and give it as an extra A6. So it would be an A4 size stamp with all these little elements on there, which I think would give you quite a lot. I haven't come up with prices or anything yet, but I can let you know about that. And they will be made in the UK as high quality. So hopefully I've interested you in that, and I'll be bringing those out soon. And if you are interested or want to pre-order, then just send me a little email. But I'm going to turn this around now and say goodbye. I'm all hot and sweaty now. Oh, you would like the stamps, Anne? Thank you, and thank you, Caroline. That's good. I'll work out having them produced then. I have all these ideas, it's actually getting them produced is the thing. So thank you, John. It's been nice to have you join me. It's been a very fast hour. I hope you enjoyed it. And thank you, Carol. It was lovely to see you all here with me tonight. Thank you, everybody. I'll say goodbye. Bye.